Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Thursday, the 25th of June, comes to you from London. And we've seen quite a sell-off overnight in the US. The S&P down 2.6%. Fears of a second wave of the virus, so that is having an impact. The dollar is actually heading back into bullish territory there, and the euro is actually lower against the dollar, back to about 112. So we are in this situation at the moment where we're trading in a range and we're seeing that the same on the Japanese yen, sitting around this 107 level now for a while. Sterling sitting at 124.48, just recovering a little bit this morning, but did fall a bit against the dollar yesterday. And against the euro, we're sitting at this 110.76 level. Again, we've been in this 110, 111 range now for the best part of a week, and we're just slowly deteriorating on sterling chart versus the euro. Bitcoin still in the doldrums at the low 9,000s, back into bearish territory short term. Looking at the S&P 500 index, we did see that fall away yesterday. Just struggling here with cloud resistance really on the 60-minute chart, and we are just in bearish territory. If we make new lows today, that's another 7% lower potentially, and activating these other downside targets could lead to a 15% fall in the market. So all eyes on Wall Street at the moment, and we do have this weekly candle on the Nasdaq starting to look a little bit like an evening star doji, which would be the signs of an end of a run. The Dow was down 1.3%. So stocks were generally hit across the board, and the futures this morning, the S&P future is down 0.4%, and the Nasdaq E-mini is down 0.2%. So it does look like we'll still open a bit lower today. The UK market is down about 1/3%, and the DAX is actually up. So it is bucking the trend there, up 0.5%. But it was pretty hard hit yesterday, and the CAC Quarante is also slightly up. Japan was down 1% overnight. It's in bearish territory on the short-term chart, and the Hang Seng was down 0.5%. It's just holding on to its bullish level, but hitting maybe some resistance on that medium-term chart. Shanghai was up 0.3% and is closed today for a holiday. And the Sensex, it was up 0.1%, so a little change there. The Aussie market was pretty badly hit, down 2.4%, 2.5%. Gold continues to make new highs, sitting at 1763. So we are seeing it just pushing higher, pulling back a little bit today. We were higher 1775, but we've got a new upside target to 1830 if we make new highs. So looking good there. And US 10-year yields just dropping away slightly below that 0.7%. So we're bearish still on the yield. Looking at the energy mix, it's a sea of red this morning. We're pretty much down on everything. So Brent crude is down 0.7%. We had big falls at the end of yesterday, so quite a sentiment change there, but finding support around this $40 mark. And if we make new highs, we activate the new upside target. So we still are just holding on to bullish territory on the daily chart, but the 60-minute chart is changing. And if we look at WTI, we're also bearish territory there. US nat gas down 1.3%, so we are seeing it just below that 160 level. That's not good news for gas. We're starting to make 2-month lows there, and if we break below the 150 mark, that will be very serious indeed. So all eyes open there. The coal price actually has looked pretty good of late in that recovery. No real changes there this morning. And emissions still holding the uptrend, but down 1.4% this morning, but not a big move in the scheme of things. MBP is down 3%, but its recovery looks set for continuing. TTF just can't get above that €6 mark, and we're back down to the 550 mark this morning. And summer gas, we're at 11.3, so we are just seeing again that just falling away a bit today. German power holding on up, down 0.75%, but the trend is still up and very much in that new bull phase. And French gas has looked very bullish, breaking much earlier than German power. Dutch power not quite through the cloud yet, and if we look at Nordic power, we are just entering through. So power markets are generally looking better, but this morning we're seeing a pullback. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.